Hold on to your helmets, Ukraine isn't just fighting on its own soil anymore. As of August 7, 2025, Ukrainian units remain stubbornly present in Russia's Kursk region, even as Moscow claims they have been completely driven out. This is not an accidental border mishap, it is battlefield resilience at its most audacious. In this video, we will trace how Ukraine stormed into Kursk, why their forces are still holding ground, and what this bold move means for the momentum of the war. This is History and War, where strategic surprises meet sharp wit. Section 1. Ukraine's incursion into Kursk, a historic breach. On August 6, 2024, Ukraine launched a daring assault across the border into Kursk Oblast. For the first time since World War II, Ukrainian troops set foot on Russian soil. The 80th Air Assault Brigade smashed through border defenses at Sudzha, capturing the checkpoint and holding over 50 Russian defenders. A few days later, the 95th Air Assault Brigade followed, encircling and clearing the village of Malaya Loknia and capturing Pokrovsk. Ukraine even established a military governance structure in occupied areas, revealing its ambition to stay. Early reports showed control over nearly 92 settlements and 1,250 square kilometers, an audacious statement of intent. Section 2. Why are Ukrainian forces still in Kursk? Ukraine is still present because it surprised Russia and exploited a moment of weakness. The offensive caused Russia to scramble, while Ukrainian units took native advantage of gaps in the defense. For weeks, Ukrainian commandants' offices operated, maintaining control, restoring order, and providing aid to locals. Yet this prominence came at a price. Russian counterattacks clawed back approximately 40% of lost territory. By mid-March 2025, most of Ukraine's Kursk footprint had collapsed under pressure. But crucially, Ukrainian units, though increasingly isolated, refused to vanish quietly. Section 3. The encirclement threat and tactical tug-of-war. By March 2025, Ukrainian forces were nearly surrounded, cut off from supplies, and facing an unforgiving squeeze. Open-source mapping shows their land corridor narrowed to mere hundreds of meters, a desperate lifeline. Russia declared victory, regained Sudzha, and said Ukrainian forces were defeated. President Putin paraded the reclaimed region, while Russia's defense minister announced that Kursk was fully recaptured. Yet Kiev denied being kicked out entirely, insisting Ukrainian troops still contested pockets. Section 4. The human and historical stakes. Imagine being stuck in a remote village like Malaya Loknia, cut off, under siege, yet still defiant. The 95th Brigade hung on for weeks, turning adversities into symbols. North Korean fighters even joined the fray on the Russian side, further complicating the battlefield. This theater echoes Eastern Front history: incursions, encirclements, psychological gambits. Ukraine hoped the Stavka shock would destabilize Russian strategy and force negotiations. It narrowly succeeded, but Ukraine's push quietly flagged under attention-diverted fronts. Section 5. Strategic implications and power play. Tactically, this excursion forced Russia to divert troops and resources away from critical fronts like Donetsk and Zaporizhia. Strategic attention grab. It diluted Moscow's narrative of unstoppable superiority and forced its own hand in redeployments. Diplomatically, Ukraine sought to leverage incursions during peace talks, but the eventual retreat left Ukraine with diminishing leverage, even as Russian claims of full region control became questionable. Section 6. Humor with gravitas. If wars were TV shows, this was The Bold and the Borderless. Ukraine struts into Kursk like a drama star, Russia says we have the remote control back, while Kiev shrugs and says we never left the stage. Despite the chaos, there is something undeniably strategic and witty about holding ground so deep in enemy territory. It is both mockery and message. Ukraine may be battered, but not beaten, not even a little bit. Conclusion and call to action. To pull together, Ukraine's presence in Kursk region represents one of the most stunning ground offensives in recent memory, from sudden breach to gripped persistence. It pressured Moscow, inspired Ukrainians, and stirred global attention. Though Moscow recovered most ground, Kiev's motives were never purely territorial, they were psychological, strategic, hopeful. If this breakdown clarified one of the most daring acts of modern warfare, show some love. Like this video to fuel more frontline stories from history and war. Share if you believe knowing the truth is essential. Subscribe for more sharp historical insights with subtle humor. Do not forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next battlefield dispatch. Thank you for watching History and War, the past, present, and future of conflict, decoded.